Alright, believe I have everything going. Yes. Maybe? Hello? Okay. Sweet. Alright, today we're going to be rebuilding. Today we're going to be rebuilding my alma mater, which is the University of Louisville. We're not really rebuilding, but we're going to be playing as them. So, but first off, you know what we got to do? We got to fix this conference realignment. Everyone's going back to where they were, or at least in the ACC. That is, the Atlantic Conference. I don't think UCLA and Stanford necessarily touch the Atlantic Conference. And then let's see who else needs to be moved. I don't agree with Oklahoma and Texas being in the SEC, but it's not our conference. I really don't care. Um, Genuinely, I don't remember who was in that. It's gonna take a minute. I do want to move Clemson into the ACC. They don't need to be independent anymore. Um, we'll move UConn to. Yeah, we'll move UConn to the American and UMass to the. Oh, really, they can go. We'll move to the Conference USA because why not? Here we are. Give me one sec. Mm-hmm. They're not in the Big 12. They're not in the Big 10, but in my opinion, I don't think they're in the Big 10. Who else? I'm missing one. Who am I missing? I'm missing one. Who am I missing? It has to be a coastal one, right? Wasn't Boise? I don't think it's Utah. Was it? Hold on. I'm just gonna have to look this up. I don't remember. Arizona State, Arizona, Cal, UCLA. Yup. Boulder, that's who it was. They're in. What conference did they join? University of Colorado. Oh, yeah, okay. So they joined the Big 12. I kind of don't care for them in the Big 12, to be honest. So you're going back, and I think that's everyone. Yep, yep. Oregon State, yep. Stanford, yep. University of Utah, do I have them? No. University of Utah. Is that them? Or is it the. Or is it them? That's Utah State. So yeah, so it's going to be normal Utah. I'd keep them there. I think honestly, I think that's the only one because we have 12 in there already, so we're good. I'd say yeah, we can get rid of Utah and put Colorado because I can even though it's not, I consider Colorado west of Utah, even though it's geographically nowhere near. All right. Is there any other changes I want to make? Let's see. Personally, I would, I'm not in charge of conferences or anything, but I would personally consider colleges like Louisiana Tech and Western Kentucky and Liberty better than Conference USA in my opinion. But for this one, I'd probably put like Western Kentucky, maybe in either the American or the MAC. But then again, like, is the MAC good enough for Western Kentucky? Probably not. I feel like Western Kentucky would just win the MAC every year. But in terms of like history, I think it is technically a step up. Here's where I have some problems with. So Mountain West. So like Fresno is nowhere in the mountains, and neither is San Diego. It's nowhere nor San Jose. These three are all in California. And you'd be like, well, there's a mountain range that goes through California. Yeah, but I wouldn't consider that in the mountains. And I necessarily wouldn't consider Air Force. I think Air Force, Navy, and Army all need to be independent. I think those are the only three that ever need to remain independent. So if you were to ask me, personally, I would say who needs to go in the Mountain West? We're going to probably be looking at New Mexico. New Mexico is pretty flat, though. But it's like on the map, it's right below the mountains. So I would probably put New Mexico State in Mountain West, to be honest. And then anybody over here, not really, no. And I really wouldn't take anything. The only thing in this I don't really agree with is Cincinnati being in the Big 12. I get it's pretty large, but then again, like, I guess the farthest west it goes is Utah. So if anything, I might move Utah. No, because Utah's going to have to go to the they were in the Pac-12, so I don't know. I definitely would not include UCF in the Big 12 though. UCF and Cincinnati, I wouldn't. If it were me, I'd probably move. Maryland, I don't believe should be in the Big 12 or the Big 10. The problem is though is you're either gonna have to elevate one of these smaller schools that are not good and they're just gonna get their ass kicked every season, or you're gonna have to run through and take a big school away from a big conference, and they're never gonna do that. So realistically, A&M, Texas, and Oklahoma shouldn't be in the SEC. They're not in the Southeast. Neither should Missouri. So Mizzou needs to go back to the Big Ten. I consider Mizzou to be in the Big Ten or the Big 12. I'd probably put them in the Big 12 because I'm thinking of the Big 12 as that Tornado Alley. It stretches all the way down to like Louisiana and Texas. I wouldn't necessarily consider West Virginia. I'd put West Virginia. Me personally, I'd put West Virginia in the ACC. Cincinnati would be going to like probably the MAC, and that'd probably be the big school that needs to go down, but that would win every year. But they're not good enough to hang with the Big 12. Yeah, they made the college playoffs 2 years ago, but they got absolutely stomped on. I'd look at maybe elevating some teams from the American, if I'm going to be honest. Maybe Temple, Tulane. Tulane definitely needs to go back to the SEC. I know it's going to be like a Vanderbilt, but just historically, you can't have Tulane. Tulane being in the American. I could have swore. I know Rice is in Texas. I could have swore Rice was. What's it called? It was in the Ivy Leagues. I guess not. The problem with this is like you're taking teams from Texas. You like the University of Texas, San Antonio, and you're going all the way to friggin' Eastern Coast, like Charleston, and you're going to Charlotte, and where are they? Is that Miami? I think that's Miami. That's just, for me, regionality is really big with these conference alignments and stuff, so I don't know. But then you could say, well, what are UMass doing here and having to compete with New Mexico? It's a great counter. But, UMass haven't been good in decades. Realistically, what would solve this is the reintroduction of the Big East. If we had the Big East, that would give places like Boston College, it would give Wake Forest, it would give, I'd probably say Georgia Tech, it would give Louisville, Georgia Tech, Rutgers, Cincinnati, UCF, West Virginia. There's a lot of teams that if the Big East were to be recreated, that you can elevate or take away from other conferences and balance everything out. But because the Big East Pac-12 itself, there's nothing you can do. So, yeah, I think this is what we're going to rock with for now. And just for settings, I'm rocking, not on freshman, I'm going to be playing on All-American. I'm going to turn coaching firing off. Obviously, we can't have that. And then I'm going to turn auto progression on. Just because we're going to be playing as Louisville, he's going to have stuff, and it wouldn't matter anyway. Oh, wrong button. That's one of my complaints with this game is, there we go.
And now you'll choose
Obviously,
where to start your journey. Here, you'll choose to create a coach of your own
that is
or
his name.
use an
I
existing
think
one.
By
creating
a
custom coach, you
coach.
will be able to fully customize. Congratulations! It's time to sign your first coaching contract.
Yeah,
Make sure to pay attention to the expectations of the role. These are based on real-life historical records of the school. Failing to meet the university's expectations will land you on the hot seat and potentially have you looking for a new job when the coaching carousel rolls around.
You done? Great. All right, so let's see. Ironically, I attended from there to, no, sorry, I lied. From here to here, because I did community college too, and our community college didn't have a football team. Be cool if they did. So we're looking to be 10-4. It's going to be pretty hard, but it is what it is. Our goal is to win 8 games. I feel like we can definitely. I want to say we can beat that. The ACC has some pretty terrible football programs. The only ones that are worth anything historically is Georgia Tech and Clemson, and I might be missing some others. So first thing we're gonna do is take a look at the scouts and the prospects. All right, actually, just kidding. Well, the first thing we're gonna do is take a look at our team. So we're going to review our depth chart. We're going to take a look at all of the seniors that are leaving. So the good thing is I would say we don't really need a freshman unless we can pull a 5-star. But that being said, I think we have 2 5-stars right here, and a sophomore and a freshman. This guy's going to be a field general for sure. That's going to be an improviser, a Lamar Jackson type. He's from Bellflower. He's from Fort Branch, Indiana, and Chandler, Arizona. Okay. So it looks like we're good. We don't really... Recruiting a quarterback's not going to be on our main priority. As a running backs, we're looking pretty decent on there. He's a redshirt junior, so he's technically a senior. If I do my math right, he's an 80 overall, 78 overall. Both have 90 speed, 96, 94, 92 agility, 90. So I like to run the ball a lot in this game, just because I think it's overpowered, extremely overpowered. The simple strat is just wait to press the right trigger until your blockers have blocked, and then it's pretty much a guaranteed 5 to 6 yards every time. They made running so broken in this game. So we got some good running back talent. Jeez, yeah, those are fullbacks, but we don't really use fullbacks. We do have a good 2 seniors and a junior. Well, he's a tight end. Looking at wide receivers. So we got 2 wide receivers that are seniors that are going to be leaving at the end of the season. He's going to get drafted. He probably won't, or he might in the 7th round. He has 93 speed, 91 acceleration. So we're going to be looking at maybe dual threats right here, to where we can have one do route running and the other do a deep threat. Oh, yeah, look at that. And then we have 3 junior wide receivers that are 78s. So this guy can probably catch him by the end of the season. And then Antonio Meeks and Jimmy Callaway. So we're definitely going to be needing some wide receiver talent coming in for sure. So that's probably going to be the first thing we look at is going to be our wide receivers, tight ends. Freshman, sophomore, and senior. So we're looking good on that. We might recruit 1 tight end just to be safe. And then left tackle, senior, freshman. Yeah, so we're definitely going to need a right tackle. So I'm going to put that in the chat. Yes. Just give me 1 second. I know, I'm as pale as a ghost. Sign in. Yeah. Shouldn't be. Oh. Duh. Might have to send that again. Yes. Why did it have me do that if I'm just going to have to do this? Okay, cool. So am I signed in now? There we go. Okay, cool. guess we're just going to have to. So what we're going to need is wide receiver, left tackle. And the good thing about being a Power 5 school is we're going to have a lot of pull here. We're going to need left guards for sure. And then we got a junior or a senior. These guys, I don't know what it is about centers. They are impossible to find, whether it's in Madden or NCAA. Finding a good center is like finding a franchise quarterback. I mean, I would put them, if you are a organization, I would legitimately put a center maybe right under a franchise center, right under a franchise quarterback. It's crazy. So we'll do center, and then let's see, freshman. We don't have to do one. They are necessary. You're going to need them. We do not have any right tackles, so right tackles are going to be a definite, which is good but bad. Like these left tackles that are playing, this is a freshman left tackle who's an 80 overall. Obviously, he's going to get game time because he's at right tackle. And I believe, if I remember correctly, right tackles don't really matter as much as like true left tackles. So you can put a left tackle on the right, and it'll do fine. But we're going to go ahead and do that anyway. We'll do left end as well. There's a lot of G's, and right end too. We're going to do star for that because that's going to number one priority right there. 2 senior, 2 junior. 4 senior, yes, so we're going to need a D tackle as well. A bunch of D tackles. Because we have how many, like 4 D tackles, 3 D tackles that are seniors that are going to go, and he's probably going to get drafted. He might not be high, because I think only like 93 plus overall players, they get drafted in the first round. What is my hair doing right now? Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm making it worse. There we go. Jeez Louise. Looking like a madman. And then we need an LOLB, left outside linebacker, because we're playing a right outside linebacker, and two of them are seniors. So he's gonna go middle linebacker. Yeah, because it looks like he was only a 2-star. Right outside linebacker. So he's a freshman. Okay, so we're good. I would do one just in case, just to give, like, I like to recruit at least one player minimum per position every season. So we got 2 corners that are seniors. That is a 92. He's gonna get drafted. He's gonna get drafted as well. Yeah, I think they convert to around like the 92 would convert to maybe a 73, and the 85 is probably looking at a 69, 70, so they're going to get drafted because they're cornerbacks. They're going to go relatively high. These guys might develop into something. The junior, he could potentially reach a 78, 79, but we're really going to be looking for something a little better. Free safety. Senior free safety and a junior redshirt free safety, 79, okay. But we do have a 75 overall freshman redshirt, so I honestly might put him above both of them in the depth chart. No, I can't. I'll put him over the senior. I'll go ahead and, again, just put one. Like, we need strong safety. Yes, we're going to need a strong safety bad. And kicker, both kicker and punter. Okay. Jeez. Alright. So now that we know what we need, we're going to check out the preseason top 25, see where we rank, and see where our arch rival Kentucky ranks. They're not ranked. Okay, good. So the media has us 24 or 20, I think, and the coaches have us 25, which is understandable. We do not have a great recruiting class that came in. As you are all aware, Louisville did not have a great coach about a year or 2 ago. And they only got a great coach whenever Cincinnati mistakenly fired their head coach that led him to the college football playoff, and then Louisville came in and said, yoink, mine. So, looking at what we need, we're going to take, bam. I'd like to focus on Kentucky because we're in the state of Kentucky. I'm here. So we're going to be looking at QBs. So 4-star QBs, improviser. I'm going to, just mark him down. I'm going to put 1 or 2 on each. And because we're in, we're a Power 5 and the major conference player in the ACC, we're going to have a lot of pull. So we're going to be able to get a lot of these 4 stars and 3 stars too. That does not mean completely disregard your 3 stars, because if you disregard your 3 stars, you're never going to have anybody. Because let's say you have 1 4-star, but you didn't recruit anybody, and next season your 4-star is injured. You're now either A, going to have to play someone who's 30 overall points below your star, or B, you're screwed. So I would do, and one thing I don't know, let me Google real quick. ATH in NCAA meaning, because I don't know what that. It's athlete who is athletically gifted that can fulfill several roles. It could be a player that can easily play wide receiver as he could running back or perhaps cornerback. Okay, so these are just your overall athletes that you could probably get into. One thing you want to pay attention to is your top schools. I had a season I was building Appalachian State, so a lot of times I would go for these recruits, and if it said something like that where Michigan was number 1, I would go after them until it said scholarship offer. Once it said scholarship offer, I would just take them off my board completely because you're never going to get them. The only time you would ever get one is if they are in your state for some reason, and then you could maybe be able to pull them away, but I would probably stay away from that. And we'll do hand 2. Nope, that's not what I want. Did we need a running back? No, so we didn't. We're obviously going to check just in case, and I'm going to put just 5 stars, see if there are any. So there are, but he needs pro potential. So, but there's this guy whose proximity to home. He's from North Carolina, Charlotte. That's pretty far. I'm not gonna lie. That's like a 7-hour drive. And then, ooh, I got a text message. And then, what brand was it? I don't remember. So, in case you didn't know, I bought a capture card today. So that is what's allowing me to do this. So we are unable to get these 5 stars. And a lot of the times they're marked out because proximity to home. You can't increase proximity to home whatsoever because you're literally having to move your college to get these guys, and you just wouldn't need to. So this guy's is from Covina, California, and if that's their deal breaker, you're just never going to get them, which is fine because a lot of times you don't really need one. So there's no. Okay, so one thing we did need was a left tackle. Okay. Ole Miss, LSU, Auburn, Florida, Mississippi. Okay. I like to go after pass protector play styles, I'm going to be honest. It's just what I like. It's the way I play style. I like to scramble. Centers, obviously, like I said, you're never going to find. If you find a center that is 3-star, go after him immediately. Genuinely go after him immediately. Let's see. I wish I could go through and change the pipeline. So this guy is from Canton, Ohio. That is 4 hours from our school. That's not bad. Championship contender. We have a B. They want a B minus. But here's the thing. He's from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. University of Florida and Florida State are both in the running for him. So we'll mark him down, but we're most likely not going to get him. and these are all right ends. So we're gonna do all 4 of these guys because we need them. And like I said, these are only the 5 stars. So once we can like kind of process our way through, scout everyone, then we can move on. I like to move on because you get 750 hours each week to go after these guys. So middle linebacker was something that we needed big time. And he's an athlete. He's from Auburn, Washington, and he's from Huntsville, Alabama. He's a 5-star from Huntsville, Alabama. He's most likely going to go to the University of Alabama. They could deviate. They could. Most likely not going to happen. And then Nevada and Texas. Texas is interested in him. He's from Jefferson, Texas, and Reno, Nevada. We might be able to get him. I found a lot of guys from the West Coast don't really care about like playing for the guys on the West Coast. So I'm going to assume coach prestige. Okay. Playing time. He cares a lot about playing time. He'll start. Literally, he will start at strong safety for us. Kicker. I don't think I've ever seen a 5-star kicker before. Okay, so now we're going to go to 4 stars. Let's see. What I like to pay attention to is the ranking. So it says national. I'm pointing at it. You can't really see it, but so under his name, Darrell Bickley, you have a star rating, but then you have national. So out of every player in college football, he's the 422nd best. He's the 11th best player in of his position, which I would assume is going to be quarterback in his state, and 33 in his position. Or sorry, he's the 11th best player in his state and 33 in his position. But if we go to like David McCrath over here, 9th best player in his state, 31st in his position. So what's cool to really sit here and look at is the positions. A lot of the times, a lot of those like lower ranked positions, like people who are outside those top 20, they get overlooked a lot. So as you can see with Tanner Sukauskas, his best school that's looking at him is Auburn. In my opinion, who would I rather play for, Auburn or the University of Louisville? You know. So we'll go ahead and add him, and we'll look at these guys too. So see, this guy's from South Carolina. So this guy doesn't care about anything related to like position to home. Because his number 1 right now is Wisconsin. He is interested in Clemson and South Carolina, which are his home state schools, so we might have to put up a fight, send the house immediately for these guys. I'm not going to do it right away. Like this guy. This guy's a 4-star scrambler, 20th best QB in his position. He is only being recruited by the Mean Greens, Air Force, Oklahoma, TCU, and Baylor. So we're immediately going to put him on our board, because that's someone that we can get with relatively low difficulty. This guy, too, 13th best QB in his position. So we're going to add him. Tyree Glennon, improviser, 12th best. 10th best, yeah. 6th best. 6th best and 5th best, yeah. And then we're going to go to the wide receiver, because this is where I find a lot, like these 4-star and the 5-star wide receivers are cool. 4 stars are pretty much always going to have 85 plus speed, which is great, but a lot of the times you can get 3-star and 2 stars that also have that speed too, and sometimes it doesn't really even matter because they might have 98 speed but 63 catching. You're never going to make a play with them. You might as well genuinely not even recruit them. If you're a 1-star school and they have 98 speed, yeah, go for them. But realistically, you're not going to get them. And we'll see who's interested in us. So no one right now is interested in us, which is fine. We'll look at the ranking though. So nationally, he's ranked 38th. Proximity to home. That's going to be a big factor for a lot of people. This guy, Staten Island, deep threat, 5th best receiver in his position. Yes, he's 6 feet tall, 195 pounds. That's a little heavy. from my liking, but he's a deep threat, so that probably means he has a relatively good speed. Deep threat 6'3", 196 pounds. So this is a good one to go after because he's so tall that if we throw the ball, he's going to do it. He's going to catch the. He's going to make plays. The route runner is 5'9". This is what I found a lot of times. So like when I think of the best route runners, I think of Julio Jones and I think of Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown is like 5'8", 5'7", I think, 5'8", 5'9", something like that. He's within that 3-inch range. Let's see. So I would just go ahead and I'm just going to start adding a bunch of these guys. The problem is you can't spend all of your time on these 4 stars because everyone else is every other Power 5 school is also going to be targeting these guys, so it's going to be a hellacious battle. That's why you got to rely on your 3 stars too, because you're not guaranteed 4 stars at all. Yeah, you have a higher chance of signing them, but you're most likely not going to get them. So right now our recruiting board is full. So that means that we can go through right now and we can start scouting. I don't know why I did that. We got to go back. So, okay. So we got to make some. So hidden gem right here. This guy's from Farmville, North Carolina. We're number 9. So his top 8 schools are Maryland, Wake Forest, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Clemson, NC State, and UNC, which makes sense because all of those are Carolina schools and Georgia, and Maryland and Tennessee, which are all relatively in that range. He's 6'4", 194 pounds. He's an improviser. We're going to go ahead and offer a scholarship. I only do, like the first week, only do offer a scholarship unless for some reason... oh, okay. So we can go ahead and remove this guy from, because we're not going to get him. Unless for some reason, like it's a position we absolutely need. So if we find a right end that's a hidden talent, that's a 3-star, 4-star, we go ahead and send the house for him. Because I believe, let me Google real quick. I believe having a hidden gem means they have an increase in development. That's EAFC. Yes, so I know green diamonds mean, or red diamonds mean they're a bust. So, let's skim. How do you find a player you want to target? Blah, 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 blah. You'll be greeted by a, however, though, upon fully scouting a player, these symbols will remain. Green diamond means a certain player has a greater potential than the star rating they've been designated. So this guy is going to be a 5-star QB, 6'4". So what we'll do is can't really do much. We've offered him a scholarship. I think we have to wait and do that next week. Again, another hidden gem. Throw power 93, awareness. I look at the awareness because that makes me think of how it's essentially how intelligent they are as a player. Ball carrier vision 76, throw on the run, medium throw accuracy, speed, acceleration, break, sack, under pressure. Okay, so it's pretty good. He's a scrambler. So this guy is a halfback. Okay, 91 speed. That's pretty good. Change of direction is an 88. Agility is a 90. So that's a pretty good stat. So these are all 5 stars. Now, the one thing to take notice is, so that one took 50 hours to recruit, or to scout. You can upgrade that to make it to where it's not going to take that long. Let's see, let's overview him. So we are not even in his top 10, which is fine because no one else has offered him a scholarship either. And offering him a scholarship only takes 5 hours, right? We'll go ahead and offer him, not a huge deal. And we can take that away from him later, I believe. Maybe not. But I know other actions you can take away from him. So this guy is the second best. We're not in his... Yeah, we're going to have to play some games and upgrade that. So whenever I made my own coach, I would did him as a recruiter, and his name was always B. Cruton, which I thought was funny. But it makes sense. Give me 1 second. Hello? Hello?
What do you want from Wendy's?
Oh, sorry, I didn't even get the text messages.
Yeah, what?
I'll just take a cheeseburger plain 4 for $4.
Okay. What do you want to drink? Diet Coke?
Yeah.
Okay. Or Coke Zero?
Diet Coke.
Alright, bye.
Alright, bye. Sorry, I get a phone call from my mom. This guy's from Alabama. We'll go ahead and, like I said, we're going to offer these guys. So you see we only have 35 scholarships to offer. So you got to be careful about who you're offering to. So this guy is going to be a bust. So let me make sure I'm reading this correctly. For Red Diamonds, the inverse is true. Essentially, these players are the ones that have a greater chance of busting that won't reach the ceiling that they've been thought to have. So he's a right tackle. Now, here's the thing. Yes, he's a Red Diamond. However, his stats say otherwise. So he may be a 90, like an 85 overall, and according to his stars, he might have 98 overall potential. But because of the diamond, he may only get to 93, which is not bad. You know, a 93 overall right tackle is not bad. It is nothing to scoff at. So I'm going to go ahead and just scout these guys. And so, like this guy, again, he is the 5th best right end in his position. That's fine. And I don't know what it means when I guess does this guy mean he has 99 potential? I don't know. I do know that we're not in his top 10. We are going to offer him a scholarship. So offering him a scholarship this early on is essentially going to give us a boost. If by week 2 or week 3 we notice we're still not in his top 10, we're taking him off the board. And I think then we can retake our stuff. So this guy has us as in his top 10, which is fine. He is the 11th best, 80 speed, 81 pursuit. Okay. We're going to hold off on him because if they're in the top 10, we have a pretty good shot of remaining in there for a while. This guy's from Cartersville, Georgia. So it looks like we're getting a lot of people who aren't going to meet their potential. Or most likely not going to meet their potential. And, you know, just like people in real life, you may not reach your full potential. And that's fine. Because there's a plan for everybody. Whether you know it or not. So this guy's a middle linebacker, field general. 76 play recognition is not bad, especially coming in as a freshman. That's gonna improve a lot. 87 tackle, 83 pursuit. Block shedding, zone coverage is 71. That's going to get better, though. And he has 78, 87 speed, 87 agility, 93 acceleration. So I would go after this guy and see where we are. So we're not in his top 10. We'll offer him scholarships. They're 5 stars, so we're going to have to offer them. Just like this guy. This guy could be a bust. 92 speed, 82 man coverage, 73 play recognition, 91 acceleration, 69 awareness. He excels in man-to-man. His abilities are... Can I see what that means? No. Okay. Well, I'll have to Google that. He's from Reno. So this is the guy from Nevada. So we're going to hold off on offering him something. And honestly, it's just at your own discretion. If you feel like you want if you want this guy, let's say he has the funniest name ever, right? Let's say you find a guy named bend over, right? He could be a 1-star. But if you just want this guy on your team because he has a funny name and he's there for the culture, go for him. Offer him a scholarship right off the bat. You know. Let's see. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. I'm just gonna scout these guys first, because realistically they're not gonna commit the first. Now there will be some people that will commit right off the bat, and for those people, you know, it is what it is. There's nothing you can really do. Now I will say, whenever you get to the 4-star and 3-star guys, and they're showing red diamonds, if I were you, I would probably stay away from them. See, we just hit 3 guys who are right off the bat not really 4-star talents. Now this guy is 78 awareness, under pressure 74 strength speed. Okay, not great, but for 4-star, you could work with that. And see, we're coming up. This will be the last hour that we have. So this guy's 4-star. He has 100. I've never seen that. 100 speed, 81 catching. His medium routes are not great. Spectacular routes is pretty good. Catching traffic, awareness. Is this guy? He's a deep threat, agility, release. Yes. Okay, so we're going to offer him a scholarship, and that's going to be the remainder of our stuff. But if you notice, Rutgers, Syracuse, Pitt, Boston College, and Army are all in, and so are Notre Dame. So this is a guy that I want to go after immediately, just immediately. So we've used up all our recruiting hours. So customize your seat. I don't know if we'll change anything, but we'll look at it. We could get an opponent. FCS East. I've heard that these teams are pretty bad. Before I make the decision, so we're playing Jackson State, Syracuse, Stanford, Kentucky. When you're playing Louisville and or Kentucky, this will be the last game of every season, no matter what. All right, and then, all right, welcome guys. Thank you for joining me. You know, if you've been joining in the live stream, thank you very much. What we're doing right now is we're going to be rebuilding the University of Louisville. People in stream have already caught up. We've set our conferences. We've already put forth the first week of scouting. And now we are setting through our opponents right now. We're actually just looking through our schedule. They're locked, so we're not able to change it. Please ignore my dog barking. The only ones we can change are Kentucky, Stanford, and our bye week. So we have 1, 2, 3. The one I'm thinking about changing right now is Jackson State, and maybe having a preseason game. So I'll tell you what, we'll do a preseason game, but we're going to do it against in-state rival. They're not really a rival, but just another in-state college. We're going to play against Western Kentucky University. You've reached the max. Never mind. We're not going to add a preseason game. I was just joking your leg. However, I feel like we might change Jackson State. Just because we're not really getting anything. So, you know what? We'll replace Jackson State with the University of Kentucky. It's a harder opponent, and it's an in-state rival. So we'll have 2 in-state rivalry games. But that being said, first week we're going out of the park with playing number 10 Mizzou. We're following that up with Kentucky, then a bye week. Then we have Syracuse, Notre Dame, Florida State, Virginia, Miami, NC State, Clemson, North Carolina, and Stanford. Then we finish the year off with Kentucky. Like I told my stream, Kentucky and University of Louisville, it's their hate week is the last week of every season. It's going to be the week right before Army-Navy hate week, right? So let's see. I think we are good. We're going to save our changes to the schedule. And then we are going to advance a week. Coach Prestige is a C+. I don't necessarily agree with that, but this is not the actual head coach that is in charge of Louisville at the moment. Playing time, numbers at risk of, this is just showing who is a player at risk of transferring. We obviously don't want them to transfer, but at the end of the year, we have the opportunity to persuade them to stay. And it grades us on our ability to potentially be able to sway them. So number one, we have a bye week, but we have more recruiting to do. See, this time instead of 750 hours, we start with 600. But we do have a insight on all of the players that we have scouted and offered a scholarship to, and who everyone else has offered a scholarship to. So, QB number one has been offered a scholarship by NC State, Clemson, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Maryland, and us. So Wake Forest has been booted, and we're pretty much just going to remain here until it gets to the top 8. Once the top 8 is gone, then our main goal is, if we really want to go after him, is get to the top 5. So, who all is interested in joining us? So I will say, this guy, we found him on the stream. However, he's not interested in joining us at all. If we wanted this guy, which if I look at my notes that I put in stream real quick, we do need a left tackle pretty bad. Left tackles are always going to be someone that's going to be needed. That being said, he is from Mississippi, and all of the teams that are in his top 8 are all Mississippi states, Mississippi school, Alabama school, and Louisiana school. So they're all around there. So it looks to me like he is valuing proximity to home. Yes. So we have a B+, and we need a B-. All of those probably have A+ or A. Meaning, realistically, we're probably not going to get him because we already offered him a scholarship, and at this point, we are not in his top 8. So, right. Okay, then. This guy, we've also offered him a scholarship. We do need a left tackle bad. So at some point, we're going to have to either A, send the house on these guys, or we're going to have to hope that they decide to choose somewhere else, or try and persuade them to flip somewhere else. All right. So we're not going to make any decisions right now. This guy is a right end power rusher, 6'3", 295 pounds, for coming out of high school. He's from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We did offer him a scholarship. We're obviously not in his top 8, so we're going to move on. We're going to stay away from the red diamonds for now, especially because if that bar reaches their top 8 and we're not in the top 8, we might as well we're chalk. However, he's still a 5-star, and even though he's a red, he might not live up to the total potential. He's still a 5-star. So at minimum, he's a 4-star potential. But he's 4-star floor, I mean. So we'll go ahead and offer him simply because we're in 9th. So we've offered a scholarship that should move us up. And the thing is, it says we only have 7 out of 35 scholarships. I believe that is of the people who have accepted those scholarships. So once if we offer Brandon Teal or whatever his name is a scholarship, but he accepts NC State, that's going to give us our scholarship back. So there's no worry about that whatsoever. This guy, speed rusher right end, he is a diamond, a red diamond. So I'm going to stay away from that. And we're just going to look. We're going to see who all is in everybody's top. Do we have a shot? Just out of the bat. Okay, so we offered this. Here's something cool. So we offered this guy something right off the bat. So what we're going to do is we're going to add an action. We're immediately going to send the house to this guy. We want this guy to sign for us, and we're going to do whatever it takes to get this guy. So immediately off of the bat, this guy has, I don't know if you saw, 100 speed. 100. I've never seen that in the game. We're going to need him on our team. Every school who scouts him is going to want him. So we got to try and get this guy locked down as soon as possible. Now we're just going to go back to scouting. Another gem in the rough. 99 speed. This guy's stats might even be better than the other guy. It looks like he's wanting the SEC, though, and he's from Alabama. He's probably going to go to Alabama whenever they offer him. So we'll go ahead and we'll offer him one. And you might say, why are you only scouting wide receivers? Just because that's one we need bad, along with right end and D tackle. So right now I spend most of my time kind of finding a few guys that I have picked out that I want to spend a majority of my time trying to get. So this guy, we're going to offer him a scholarship. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on everybody though. So I like to see the numbers myself. You don't have to see the numbers though. What you can do is you can look at the bar. So you can see the release is kind of in the middle of the bar to the little. So I would say his release is probably within 50 to 70. His speed is going to be in that top, probably 80 to 100. And then I would just gauge off of that. So instead of doing that, I'm going to do this. Yes, speed, yes, okay. Yeah, I was right. So I would offer this guy 1-2. This guy's from Atlanta, and he's good. That's the problem. Is when you look at the state that these guys are from, and if their main school from that state has offered them, you're most likely not going to get them. Which is fine. That there's nothing wrong with not getting these guys, because at the end of the day, you do not need a team full of 5 stars. You know, you don't need a team full of 5 stars to beat Georgia. You don't. .88 speed, catch in traffic, 70. So this, yeah, I like this guy. I think I'm just gonna spend just the first couple of hours on this guy, on these guys, and just kind of gauge what I can. So this guy has 80 catching. So we're gonna go ahead, 95 speed, 80 catching. Yes, he's from Orlando, Florida, though, and I guarantee you, Georgia and Florida are both in here. Yep, they are. We're not in his top, his top 10, which is fine. So what I'm thinking at this point is I'm going to go ahead and take off all of these red stars. And that's going to give us more room to scout on our board. But here's the thing. You don't need to have these guys on your recruiting board to be actively recruiting these guys. This is just putting them in a like a 50-person list of the guys you most want to go after. So if you remove them, your actions are still there. They do not go away. So we're going to go back to overview, and I don't think any of these guys are really interested in us. So, which is fun. You know, these guys are. That's great. These guys are both 4 stars, but with the green, with the Chaos Emerald, so they're going to go up to potential 5-star talent. That's great. So now that we've done that, we've gone through QBs and receivers. Please ignore my dog. And he's barking again. Okay, great. All right, so the next thing we're going to need is right end. And I've gone past it. So we're going to go to D end. And we can gauge our interest on these guys. Because we're Louisville, we're at the place to where we're good enough to where if we wanted to solely go after these 4 stars and 5 stars, we could. But we're also going to need some 3 stars along the way. And it's never going to hurt to have these guys. So this guy is from Cincinnati. We'll add him. We're not going to get him because Cincinnati has already offered him. But we are a bigger school than Cincinnati. This guy is between Georgia and Louisville, and he's a 3-star. So we'll go ahead and add him too. This guy's being interested by Mean Joe Greens. I'm just going to call them Mean Joe Greens. I know they're the Mean Greens, but I like to call them just the Mean Joe Greens. Okay, so that's all of the DNs. Next, we'll look at the centers. Like I said, your 4 stars. So these guys right here, go after them, and if you can get them, get them. The problem is they're going to be incredibly difficult to get. So I think we're at 12 minutes so far. I'm going to go ahead and end the recording right now, and then we should be good to go. I'll be right back. I just wanted to make sure that the audio was still there for the stream. So I'm going to set that right there. And I'm going to go down and get my boot. Okay. I'm back. Looking at the light real quick.
Oh. Go, go. Well, I don't really get to see me eating. I'm eating Wendy's.
Alright guys, welcome back. This is episode 2 of the live stream. So now we're going to be focusing on centers and defensive tackles. So while I was eating, I went ahead and got some centers on the board for us to look at. We probably realistically don't even need that many. I went ahead and scouted the 4 stars. Realistically, 2 of them are from Georgia and most likely going to go to Georgia. These are the guys, these are the players that you're most likely never going to get, because they're always going to go to Alabama, Georgia, or like any top 5 school they're realistically going to go to. So every single one of these have Georgia, Alabama. This one's different. This one is gonna be looking at going to Arizona. We could probably scalp him because Arizona's not doing too good. They don't have a good program. I mean, I don't mean to say that in a bad way, but just compared to us, they don't have a great program. This guy's name is Kenya Kingsbury. All right, fun fact, there are Easter egg names as well. So I went ahead and added some 2-star and 1-stars, or 3 stars to us as well. Now we're going to be going to D-tackle. And I like to let the interest determine who I'm going after. So this guy has a 6 in interest, and he's only getting scouted by nobodies and Penn State. This guy's 3rd, scouted by nobodies, and Nestrowitz he's from Hodgenville, Kentucky. I don't really know where that is, but I know it's in Kentucky. He's getting scouted by Marshall. A lot of these guys you really gotta compete with to get their signing. So our board is full at the moment. We're gonna go ahead and look to see who all is interested in us. What 4 stars are we gonna be able to get? So this guy is an ROLB. That is, if I believe, one we definitely need because we're playing. I think we're playing some left outside linebackers at there. So this guy has pretty much gotten every single offer from Michigan, every Michigan school. Genuinely, I think that's it. I don't think there's a Michigan school that has not offered him one. Maybe Eastern Michigan, but that's just in the top 5. I'm sure they've offered him one as well. So, and the good thing is a lot of these 5 stars and 4 stars will pretty much be decide who they're going to go to immediately off the bat. So let's we offered him a scholarship, and we're gonna send the house on this guy. Yeah, we're gonna send the house on that guy. We might send the house on that guy too. Did we offer him a scholarship? So we did. So the good thing is that we know pretty much where he's going to go. So we do, even though he's a 4-star with the Chaos Emerald, we know where he's going to go. He's going to go to Georgia. So we don't need to waste our time. So last week we offered this guy a scholarship, and we're still not in his top 9. That doesn't mean we're out of the running completely, because a lot of these guys will drop, and it just depends on their other recruits. So we're going to move toward scouting the guys that want to come to us now. So likely a two-star guy. This guy's going to be a 4-star guy. So we'll go ahead, and we are in his top 2. So we're going to go ahead and offer him a scholarship. Now, he's from Hinesville, Georgia. If Georgia offered him a scholarship, he's going to accept the Georgia one. Same with Georgia Tech. So us getting Prince Zakelch solely depends on whether or not Georgia or Georgia Tech are going to offer this guy a scholarship. And then here's the worst part, is these guys. So obviously, I might not even bother to scout them. I'm just going to offer them a scholarship right off the bat because we're getting low on our hours and we need to save them. And we need to really contemplate on what area we need to focus on, because we have some standards that we have to go by, and if we're not going by those standards, then we may not get these guys. So we're left with 55. Yes, so I'm able to scout this guy in 3. That's not bad. So this guy's always going to be a guy that if our 4 stars fall back, we're always going to have this guy. And we can always do good. So that guy's looking really beefy. So we're pretty much done recruiting for the week. So we're going to move on. And I think this is where we kind of have to make, yes. So a lot of these guys have now reached their top 8 schools, and then we can start taking these guys off our board. And a lot of the other recruits have chosen their top 8 schools as well. So we have our game against Missouri. So we've offered this guy. He's most likely going to choose someone else, which is fine. So like I said, he's going to go to Alabama. We didn't make, once you're outside, whenever they reach the top 8, if you're outside, you cannot recruit that guy. So we're going to take this guy out, and we are left with a lot of room for our guys. I think the guy that had like 99 or 100 speed didn't choose us, which is fine. Yeah. So, I mean, that's fine. You know, we don't need ultimately you don't need those. You don't need them. Would they be nice to have? Yeah, absolutely. They would be incredible to have, but you don't need them. Oh no, he's right here. So USC's interested in him. We've already sent the house for this guy and offered him a scholarship. And if we're that low, we're likely not going to get him. So we'll probably... It's too early to tell, but it's not too early to tell either. We can take, we can take that guy off. Yes, so we can get him. He's from Georgia. We've offered him a scholarship. Okay. Oh, and I pressed the wrong button. Shoot. So we're gonna go back to recruiting. I have to go all the way down here. God bless. Okay. We've offered every one of these guys a scholarship. And if we're not on there by now, oh well. So I'll go ahead. We'll finish scouting these guys. Forgot about this. This guy's someone we're gonna immediately offer. We've offered him a scholarship, and we're gonna send the house. Because even 3-star centers are great. You don't need a 5. Well, I mean, 5-star center's gonna do you wonders, but you don't need them. I'm pretty sure this guy is pretty good too. Where are we? So, where are we looking at for Mr. Nesterwitz? We could contact friends and family. See, if it's early on, we could contact friends and family. It just depends on how much you're really willing to run the risk of not getting that player. We'll take Psychowitsky off. Let's see. I mean, they haven't offered him, so we'll go ahead and send the house. Realistically, we're not going to get him, and that's fine. And we'll contact friends and family for him too. So now that we've done that, we'll go to what are some other positions. I don't think we've scouted left guard yet, offensive guards. We might, you know what, we might just do any and then sort by interest. And that could be a way to go about it. So any 4 stars, obviously going to get the instant ad. This guy's a center from Indiana, but we've scouted him okay, so we don't need him. Did we get a left end earlier? I don't know. I think we did. We'll go ahead and add him, just to be safe. Antoine Claiborne from Bowling Green. We don't need a fullback. D-tackle, 2-star. Maybe. Probably. The good thing is a lot of the 2-star and 3-star guys are going to be left at the end of the year. So did we put free safety in the chat? We did. So we'll go ahead and scout him just because he's a 4-star from Paintsville. Yes, we'll do him. And you essentially just want to go through and find the guys that you think are going to be the best, and that's what I'm doing right now. You're gauging their interest, where they're from, their pipeline, how many have been offered, and how many have not been. And so this 4-star D tackle. Yes, so we'll go ahead and add him too for sure, and him. For he's from Louisville. So he's from Louisville. So if we offer him, he's going to accept us immediately. So we could go through and do it that way as well, and just try and find guys that are from Kentucky and that are interested in signing for us. We did need a strong safety. We need cornerbacks too. We'll go after them. Sometimes they'll choose other places. Sometimes they won't. Like this guy's from Peckerington, Ohio, but he's gonna play for Michigan. You know, it just depends. Marietta, Georgia. Fayetteville, so we'll add that guy, and we'll add this guy. And then I would honestly say that for cornerbacks, you pretty much only want to go after, unless like all of them are gone and you have no shot of getting them, go after the 4 stars immediately. Because they're going to be far and few between. What kickers and punters do we have? We need them. Definitely gonna need them. And the good thing is I think pretty much all of them are there. So I might. Sweet sheep hunter. And you don't really need a great one to do it. So we've done that. So we're gonna search through the state now, and we're gonna see if we can snag anybody. And we're gonna go through all positions. We're gonna search by this, and see what we can find. So this guy's from Louisville. He's a D tackle. That's a position we desperately need. This guy's from Lexington. Here's another thing. I'm pretty sure no matter where the city you're playing in, so Louisville, Kentucky, I am fairly certain that recruits from Lexington will not sign there because their home school is UK. They'll go elsewhere, but I know for a fact they will not sign for you. Or at least I think that's how it is. I'm not sure. I think if I'm guessing correctly, that's how I imagine it would be. And then, do we have any? We'll scout him. We'll make sure that every position is gonna have an interest in us, and we have a chance of signing him. So this guy's from a JUCO school, so he's going to transfer. We have some wide receivers picked out. And this is just recommending, so we're going to do any state. And then... Alright. I'm not sure why it's doing... Oh, it's because our board's taken out. Okay. So, now we are going in for our first game. So, I'm going to end the recording here. Make sure you like and subscribe and whatnot. And join us next episode for our first game. Alright. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Welcome back to our first game, guys. We're going to be going in against game week number 1. We're going to be playing the full game. I'm not, just heads up, I'm not great at offense at all. I'm not great at offense at all. Or not offense, defense. I'm terrible at defense.
Welcome everybody, and
here we go.
Fired up for another sensational college football matchup.
I know that for some reason there's some input delay or lag that you guys are going to be seeing, like frame rate wise, but I think for the most part it looks relatively decent.
In the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Missouri Tigers, taking on the 20th ranked team in the land, the Louisville Cardinals. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going.
You can't skip this. I wish you could skip this desperately. You can't. And if you can, I have no clue how. I hope this music doesn't get me copyright. Actually, I might need to go do that. Where's the settings button?
And
take it back.
The ball will come out to the 25-yard.
There we go. Settings. Just to be safe. turn that music pretty much off.
So the Missouri Tigers
Okay,
offense
that didn't
takes
help
the field.
whatsoever.
And here comes their
Great.
veteran leader. He has been through the battle, guys, and there are plenty of expectations this season.
Yeah, and there should be expectations. This guy's been around a long time, knows the systems, knows the
My
players.
style of play when it comes to defense, simply because I'm not great at it, is just hang out as the middle linebacker. And missed. Okay, so they were first possession of the game, immediately taken it for a touchdown. Big deal. That's good. I never said I was good. Never said I was good.
What a way to start this game offensively. You find the matchup you like, you put it in his hands, and he does the rest. The defense looks like they were sleepwalking out there to start this game. One
All right.
play, they go the distance to score a touchdown. This defense better wake up.
19 yards, not bad. Probably could have just taken it back. Oh, now that's definitely copyrighted music. I gotta fix that. I'm gonna get copyright strike. I don't want that. Stadium. Oh, it's the stadium speakers. Is that gonna fix it? It did. Yes. So that's what it is. All right. Oh, they have a 92 overall running back. That's phenomenal.
That's going to determine the game.
That was such a fun
2 yards.
How much are they on each other during the game? The head-to-head matchup that everybody wants to see.
Picked up 2 yards
Let's
on
see.
that last when they need 8 on second down.
I get.
They'll
Yep.
run it from the
Easy.
gun. Running
First down. Let's go.
brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first
I don't really like. I kind of just let the recommended plays come to me. I don't go out looking for them. Just I don't go out looking for them.
They'll
Also
throw it on
don't
first
remember
down.
what it was that I called. That was a great
Defensive play to get a
great
hand in
defense.
there and knock it away. There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage. And the
We'll do a read
ACC
option.
loves to get a chance at the
Second and
SEC
10. They're stacking the box. I don't want to do that anymore. So I want to do a Y stick. We'll do a PA boot.
All the stuff that goes with it, it definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do.
Good.
And I think this is one of those games.
First
where
down.
The ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference,
What
not
I
just
wanna
to the
do.
SEC, but to everybody in college football. Just how good you are as a team. Now
We'll do a
that your
power read.
conference is.
The Cardinals look to keep this drive humming. Running to the left.
Good. Yep. Oh my God, that guy's huge. What are you doing all the way out there?
Second and 1.
Coaches always harp about staying
All right.
ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency.
Wait,
on
what
first
are we?
down, man, you
Second
are
and
in
1.
business.
Okay. Boom. There.
The big pickup on
Yeah,
first
I'll
down
do this
leads them
any
with
day of the
second
week. I
and
don't care.
1. Quarterback
Oh, never mind. It didn't work. All right, that's the first time that's ever happened.
They try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. Here on third down.
Oh,
And that's it.
Okay.
Complete a defender all over him. Knocked the
I'm
ball
gonna go
down.
for it. It's
First
4th and
down
1.
coming up.
Third and short,
Do we
I have
try
no
to QB
problem
sneak
running
in?
because I can run it or I can throw it if I see something opening. Maybe he should have ran that one. You got 2 downs possibly to still
Yeah.
try to make it happen, but he definitely
Oh,
didn't throw
yeah.
an accurate ball.
Kind of in that in-between spot here. Long
Yep.
field goal. Can't really punt it from here, so they'll
QB
try
sneak
to
it.
convert on fourth down.
Skinny posts.
Listen, when you got a big
What are the
sucker like
corners
that
and
at
safeties looking
quarterback,
like?
all
Okay,
he's
so
gotta do
definitely
is
not throwing it
lean
to the right guy. We're gonna be
and
throwing it to the left guy.
get that
I'm gonna
fourth down. He
change
just
him
does
to
a great job
do a
getting behind
fade.
the offensive line, falling forward,
See how
and
that
getting the big
works.
fourth down conversion.
Because this guy's wide open.
Short pass to the tight end.
Is that a
And they
first
were
down?
right across the
I don't
sidelines
know.
after the good gain.
Do an outside
These
zone.
routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much
This is-
offenses have
that is
evolved.
horrible.
Exactly what they're doing.
That-
Where to
we can go
sit
back.
down,
We can go-
quarterback, tight end, on the same page.
But
That's a really good
I'm
stop
going
on the defense.
to
Jesse, they need
run.
a few more. You've given them a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the score.
Yeah, it's that bend don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10.
Where you keep it play.
They go to the ground. Drives ahead.
We got 3 yards.
to the
We'll take it.
27-yard line.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job game tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
On 3rd down, the jet sweep as they try to move the chains.
I feel like we definitely could have gotten it there. Yeah, we'll take the field goal.
Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try.
And we missed. Great.
A chance. Missed it.
All right.
After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time.
Ah.
Let's see if they go right back at it.
Caught that, man.
And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Power football with the run.
Yeah, there we go.
And they try the middle of this defense, and that is
I'm super guilty about just mashing every button. I know you're not supposed to do that, but
No gain on that one.
just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carry.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. Firing deep.
ah,
And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. A 3rd and
See, how's
long
the-
coming up here.
how we looking?
He'll set up to throw. They've got the screen set up. They
4th
play
and
that
1, okay.
screen nicely.
How we looking
Trying to find
FPS
his way to the
wise?
marker, but it'll be 4th down.
Doesn't look
Missouri will have
phenomenal,
to
guys.
send
I'm not
out
gonna
one
lie.
team. They'd hope to be able to
catch
pick
the
up
ball.
enough
Let me
after the
get the
catch,
ball
but a
back.
good stop leaves them with a 4th
It
and
is
short.
what it is.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation of the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, baby.
You know,
I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was gonna get an illegal man down the field.
Move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Alma, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to
1st
be able
down,
to execute on it.
10-yard rush.
And he'll have enough for the 1st down at the 42. That's the end of the quarter, and Missouri
End of the first
has
quarter.
the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period.
So they're passing it on us. They're passing that shit too. All right.
They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the 2nd. Back at it to open the quarter with this 1st down play. He's looking to throw it. Got his man quickly. And a
2nd and
pickup
2.
of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
He's out of bounds,
Give me
but
that.
not before
Give
picking
me
up
that.
enough for the 1st down.
Man.
Here's this
Am I-
offense with a fresh set of downs.
Whatever. We're balling.
Scanning the field, it's Shuck. Unloads to the wideout.
Damn it.
And the pass is intercepted. And
We
he's
got him with a
got
hand.
a solid return on the pick.
Tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver, they get to chase him. A really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
Get the stop.
Tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They think they can create space here, but the
Give
run
me
clock
that.
nowhere
We're
to
running
run
it on
that one. He
on my
loses
watch.
4 on the carry.
haven't played match fit yet.
Obviously, guys have
Must
gotten
be to
smaller,
Burnus or
they're playing
Portis.
space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Lets it fly deep downfield.
Damn it.
Give him 6. Touchdown, Missouri!
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become
All right,
a
down to
good offense. Listen, you go into halftime,
not
more
ideal.
of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
From inside the 10, here he comes. He was
Jesus.
looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. The lead's not insurmountable, just down 14-0. But, David, you don't score here, and it could get a little tricky fast.
If you don't score here, if you don't possess the football and put something together to give your defense a little bit of a blow, it's not the ideal start. But it ain't like this game's late in the football game. Create some momentum here in the second quarter.
Yes.
Again.
Intercepted. He'll go down right there, but what a big play to
All right, we're gonna skip ahead to the next change of possession. Okay, down 21. All right, we stick to what I know. They're playing. Okay.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. He breaks his tackle. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Dropping back, it's Shuck. He's looking deep. And it's
Okay.
incomplete after taking a shot on
Ah.
They're staring at 3rd.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in
We need this.
interception of this quarterback, and now you throw another
We'll
one,
get it.
in harm's way. You got to
Yeah.
make sure you throw it to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
They pick up that first down easily. You wonder sometimes if you're 2-down territory there and you take a shot on 3rd and run it on 4th, but they opt to just move the chains here.
Man, I laugh now watching quarterback sneaks. It looks a lot less fun than back in my day when I played. Because not only are you getting hit from the front now if you're a quarterback, but you've got your own guys running
Might
into
have
your
hit
back now as
DMCA
well.
coach
We see these
friggin'
push
thing.
plays more and more often today in college football. No fun.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. Makes a connection.
Oh, he caught it.
Brought down at the 47-yard line.
He held on to it.
15-yard pickup. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Throws to the wideout. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today.
Jesus
And
Christ. I'm not good at this game.
quick return on the
I'm just gonna run it the entire time.
They'll toss it to the left. On the move at the 30. Off he goes. And the big
We'll take it. We'll take it.
46.
We needed that.
He's up to 55 yards rushing
needed that.
already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. They'll run the toss. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain.
That back had nowhere to go. Defensive line ate up the blocks. But how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Takes up the first
Give me the
down.
first. Yes,
And
sir.
they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Just a great job by the quarterback, the running back, the offensive line. Sneaky little devils. What do? Make it look like pass, sneak in the run, catch you off guard. Great play call by the offense.
The give to the back. One step
We'll
wrap,
take 3.
2 steps
Timeout.
squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. They'll use a timeout right With just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. Oh, he missed it.
What?
No
Oh
good.
my God.
After the missed field goal, still down by 21 points, guys. We've played 2 quarters
Not
here.
great.
Time to go to
I'm very
Kevin
bad at this
Connors in our
game.
halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone inside that stadium to take a deep breath and digest what we just saw. And it's been a battle of wills between these two teams through 2 quarters. Bend but don't break. They've managed to neutralize the explosive playmakers
Can't skip
on
this
each
either.
side
Please.
by shutting down passing windows and providing tight coverage. Forget the Jimmies and Joes. This second half could really be about the X's and O's. And on that note, time to throw it back to our guys at the stadium.
Missouri will kick it off to open this second half. On the move from inside is 5. And good work by the coverage team to get
Made
the
it back just in
return man
time.
down on the ground. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game.
There we
It's
go.
gonna be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops. So this is a critical drive here for this offense.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Trying to get the edge on the right.
Ugh.
He's knocked down in the backfield.
Oh. Oh my. This is gonna be a tough loss.
They get an opportunity to look
I'm-
at heroes on these outside toss plays.
Man.
Physical play by the
I didn't
quarterback.
realize that's my fault. I didn't realize Mizzou was this good.
Looking for a huge play. Off for the 4th time today.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, we're not great.
Room to run. He's at the 10.
All right, so I think it is safe to say this game is chalked, so we're just going to sim to the end. Take the L. I forget we have to watch this every time. We are getting blown out by a bottom-tier SEC school. That is
Bitterly disappointing
incredibly
start
sad.
to the season as they can't come up with a W and open 0-1.
And there's still so much room to improve for this football team. I know
All
this
right.
is not the performance they were expecting here today, but there were
Let me
plays to be made
skip.
on the
Oh
field.
my
And Dave, I think
goodness
moving forward, this
gracious.
team just has to do a better job
That's my
executing.
biggest complaint with this
Yeah, and
game.
when you see it on
Genuinely
tape,
is
and your coach has been
you.
preaching all
There's
camp
just
about the
let me
mistakes,
skip.
But now it's real. Now you got a
How
lot
is
of
it? How is
steps,
it
a lot
better
of
for me to
conference
exit
play,
the game,
still ahead,
like
a
just
lot of
completely
opportunities to still
dashboard,
have a successful season.
and it's faster
So
to
that's
get
gonna do
through
it for
this
us.
than it
For
is
Jesse
that? That's
Palmer,
insane.
David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another
We get it.
presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Oh shit! All right. So now that you all saw how bad I am, we might just be simming the entire thing. And I think that's where we're going to stop. That was an ugly loss. All right.